Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Final Three podcast. Yes, sir, it is time for another episode. It is probably the May or June episode by the time this comes out. My name is Red Orasora. As per usual, I am like your host, one of your main three. However, this time around, it's different. We're doing a special guest episode. I'm joined by my boy Cubic, and
What's
instead
good,
of
guys?
instead of being interviewed this time, he's gonna be with us in the hot seat, helping us host a little bit, ask a couple of questions. Brother, how are you doing today?
So, I'm doing fine, man. We are just gonna get straight into it, and you know what? Let's just introduce him.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Isa, welcome, bro.
What's up, guys?
Welcome, man. Welcome. Yeah, go ahead, introduce yourself. Talk a little bit more about what it is that you do. Let the people know, bro. Let the people know who you are.
All right, so my name is Issa. I'm 22. I'm from Akron, Ohio. I've been making rap for like since I was 12, but I say since I was 12 because I wrote one song when I was 12, but really consistently since I was like 14 or 15. Um, and making music in general, I don't like to be classified as like a rapper. I always inspired to make music, even though my main is just rap. That's all I know how to do is just rap.
Mm.
But I would really consider myself more of an artist over
Okay.
a rapper. I try to be as versatile as I can. Um, I just I've been locked in on the grind. I record every day, like every chance that I get. When I'm off of work, I come home and I sit down, I record, I finish writing whatever I need writing. But yeah,
That's it.
Yeah,
so
okay,
I
that's
mean,
simple.
yeah.
I have a question for you too, actually, Isa. Do
yeah.
you play any instruments by any chance?
I do not play instruments. However, when I was younger, I always wanted to learn how to play instruments. So like for maybe like a year or two, I learned how to play guitar just a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Um,
That's
You
lit.
joined,
but
you joined in my well. Nice.
Hell yeah.
yeah, so I don't really know how to play guitar though. But oh my God, bro.
Nah,
Yeah,
you good.
I don't know
Nah,
how to
it's
play
fine. It's fine.
guitar anymore, but when I was younger, I had a guitar. I had a blue Ibanez electric guitar that I learned how to play a little bit of here and there.
Hmm.
I always wanted to learn how to play drums. I don't know how to play drums. Um, yeah, but
This
no, I
is
don't know how to play instruments.
so like. All right. Okay. So I mean, obviously, you have a music background. That's what you're here to talk about as well. Obviously, like again, as you said before, the grind. You come home, you make music all the time. You know, you're always on it, constantly, 24/7. Talk to me about what it is that you do. Like, is it like a constant thing that you keep on top of? Is it like when do you release music, all that kind of stuff? Like, what is the process like for you? How does it make you feel? Do you feel productive about it? Do you stress yourself out sometimes? Like, what's up?
So my whole process is I've been trying to be more on like a business thing now where
Okay.
I have like a certain time that I upload music or a certain date instead of just like randomly
Yeah,
throwing
yeah, yeah.
music and songs and shit out there. But usually like my writing process is really weird because I do like three different ways to write. So I'll hear a beat and either it just clicks with me
Hmm.
and I just words just pop into my head and I just start writing down whatever is going through my head.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then, I replay it and I keep going over and over and over it until it's finished. And or if it doesn't instantly catch on and I like the beat, I just like a word will pop into my head that the beat makes me think about, and I try to start the first line with what I'm thinking of in that moment, and then I go from there. Or just like an emotion that I feel when I'm listening to the instrumental or the beat, and
Hmm.
I just write based off of how I'm feeling. But yeah, I think it's always been my number one dream,
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
to be of I really don't like using famous,
Hmm.
but like I want to be up there, like
Yeah,
I want to be known
yeah, yeah. I
one
feel that.
day.
I hear that. I hear
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
like
yeah,
I don't really care about being famous or nothing like that. I just want to like this is my dream and
yeah.
this is
Hmm.
what I want to eventually happen in the long run. So I try to be as productive as I can. I write like almost every day, multiple songs every day. But there are points where like, because I write so much, it gets tough sometimes with
Yeah,
writer's block. You don't know what to say or to think or anything, but like you like it, you just don't know what to do with it.
that makes
So
sense.
even on those days, I do try to write more because it's always a better idea. Even when you can't think of nothing, like you gotta still write because
Yeah,
nothing. If you just do nothing, nothing's gonna happen. Like you
yeah.
gotta stay
Yeah.
productive with it. But there are like today and yesterday, I took like some time off. I haven't wrote anything or really done anything. Well, that's a
Mm.
lie, actually. I recorded something yesterday, but yeah, but for the most part, I didn't really do nothing. I just kind of relaxed and
Yeah, I
let
mean,
everything
look,
unfold.
listen, man. Like sometimes it's good to take time off of these things. I mean, I know how mentally taxing. Like being a creative person in general, right? You throw so much shit at the wall, and if it just doesn't work, it just eventually stresses you out so much. So sometimes it's good to take those breaks. Obviously, massive respect to both of you because you both make music. Obviously, if you haven't seen previous episodes, Cubic, my boy, makes a ton of music as well. He's still on the grind, still making beats to this day. So you guys make music a lot, so massive respect. Again, it is very difficult to get into. As you said before, your writing process consists of you sort of finding a word and then you go off of that as well. Um, Talk to me a little bit more about it, because obviously when you find that sort of buzzword, does it always click? Because I know whenever, and you can answer this too, because I know when it comes to music in general, you tend to write a bunch of things, but it always like kind of you don't really find the right product the first time around. Like, do you guys always find that annoying to deal with, or is it like a consistent thing, or like what's up with that?
I'll have Issa
Uh,
go first, of course. Yeah.
all right. I was gonna say I'll let you go first, but I guess I'll go first.
All right, go.
Uh,
You're the main guest today. You're the main guest.
all right. For me, I was actually that's a good question because I was thinking about this
Yeah, yeah.
like for the last like 3 days. I've been thinking about it because when I write, I don't like try to like comprehend or think about what I'm writing down.
Got you.
Like I think it's really like my ego is so fucking inflated. Like I just like think that everything that I'm writing or saying is just amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I really don't go back to like re-listen and be like, no, maybe I should say this instead. But I do that as I'm writing, like without realizing that I'm doing it, I'm doing it.
Okay.
But I never like write the whole song and then go back, listen to it, and then change things after I do it. It's always like during the process that I'm doing it is when I make those changes. But I feel like for like maybe like 80 to 90% of the time, I don't really change what I'm saying.
Mm.
It just kind of like comes natural to me. My point that I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to get to, and I don't know how I think of these things. It's just like I really it's like there's nothing that I'm thinking of things, but it's like being in a black room. You don't know what's coming at you. You don't know what
It's just
what
like all
punches you're
random, right?
taking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like that's how my head is. It's just like as I'm going with the flow, you're just kind of like in the zone. Whatever gets written down is whatever gets written down. But I have been going back to like reread through and like proofread things, make edits to things, and change what I want to say. But I would say probably majority of the time I don't really make those changes because I do them in the moment.
I got you. I got you. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. What about you, man?
Me, well, my writing process technically is kind of weird, but it's kind of interesting at the same time. You could say.
Mm.
I kind of freestyle at first, so I kind of like just be like mumbling on the beat, just come up with the words, the flow, with the cadence, with how I am delivering the track.
Yeah, yeah, I hear that.
And then once I got that sort of foundation out the way, then I'm like, okay, so now I have to start putting in the words. So then now I start putting in the words within that same freestyle. But then this is just me. I'm not even recording. This is just me just listening to the beat over and over and over again. Maybe 50. Okay, 50 is me exaggerating, but it's pretty much a huge amount of time to just pretty much get that flow ready. And then once I got the flow ready, I then start writing it and everything. And
Got
then
you.
once I
Okay.
got the writing side of the things, then I kind of like, okay, now let me do a demo take in my room where I do here. And then I
Uh,
record the demo take and then I see how it sounds. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I might have to change this word, maybe change this word. Don't say that word, you said it too much.
mm.
Go up, maybe stretch that vowel a little bit. I don't know. And then And then when I go and book to the studio, then I'm just ready for that 2 hour mark to just go ham, so I don't have to go through all of this extra process in the studio itself.
Oh, okay.
Because that is already a lot of time if I had to go from the scratch to make songs from the studio.
Yeah.
That would be 2 hours just for one song. Rather when I usually just have like 5 to 7 songs out there in that 2 hour session, I just get those 5 7 songs finished.
Yeah, just kind of like
So
finish
that's
them
how
up.
like my writing process is, and then I just pretty much come back and mix and master it pretty much, and then just add new ideas or whatever.
Yeah, that's raw. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty much
yeah,
how I record. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of an interesting experience. I do kind of see a lot of where the creativity can stem from. Again, I like your analogy of the whole it being a black room kind of situation where it's like everything just kind of gets thrown at you.
Right.
You just throw shit at the wall. It's like, you kind of experiment with it and then you get something good out of it. But one thing obviously that I meant to ask before is, Issa, you're new. Welcome to the podcast. I wanted to ask, how did you get into making music in the first place? Like, talk to me about that, man. Like, what's the origin story all about?
All right, this is actually really funny because right before this happened,
Yeah.
I was talking to Cubic about my birthday, and he said that this is how we should start it off.
Okay.
And he said, so I share a birthday with Eminem, and that's like
That's
my
sick.
favorite rapper on earth, and like that, he's the reason why I wanted to rap. But I didn't know I shared a birthday. Like I used to listen to him every day, like every single day when I was a little kid,
Got you. Got you.
and I didn't find out that I had shared a birthday with him until I was like maybe like 10, nah, probably like 11 or 12 years old. And like I remember like sitting at the computer and like looking it up on Google,
Yeah.
and as I'm typing it, thinking like how crazy would it be if I share a birthday with my favorite rapper. But I I what was the question? How'd I get into music?
Yeah. Like, what got you into music, dude? Like, obviously
I
aside from Eminem.
Yeah, so I think I was just always, I feel like everyone's always around music, but
Oh,
like
100%.
I just I my mom just said this to me the other day. I don't listen to music. Like I feel it. Like in my body, I can feel the music throughout my body. And like I've always been like
Okay.
super deep into listening to the lyrics and the wordplay over like listening to what the beat sounds like. But over time, as I started writing, I kind of hear everything now. Like I can hear all the little noises because your ear, it's like your ear gets tuned to those kind of things
Of
after you've been
course.
doing it
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
But
pretty much train it. Yeah, you train it. Yeah.
Mm.
as far back as I can remember, like I've always wanted to do something in music, whether it was rap, whether it was playing an instrument, whether it was being in a band. Like that was always my goal and my dream to one day be a musician in one way or the other. But before I started before I started rapping and taking it serious, I actually, when I was like playing guitar all the time, I tried to make a band with my friend, and I was gonna be like the guitar player and the singer. He's
Nice.
gonna play drums. That never worked out,
Ah.
obviously, because it was just I was a little kid. But um,
You
I
gotta
don't
start
know.
from
Like
somewhere, right? I mean, you gotta start from somewhere, Like, take that first leap. Even if you are just a kid, just
Yeah,
get your
the
yeah,
foot
dream was
somewhere.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all roads lead somewhere. You're here now, so you never know where
yeah,
that could have been. Could have been
yeah, and
anything.
it's I don't know. And I've always I started the way I started writing actually um was I was in therapy,
Oh,
and I used to have really bad like temper problems, like anger issues and shit.
got you. Okay.
And um it's like it was like like a switch. Like it just doesn't like happen. Or it does happen. It's just out of nowhere. So my therapist recommended that I start journaling how I'm feeling in a notebook and writing down how I feel. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I'm not doing that.
That's lame.
That's
That
that's
just sucks.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, no, that's dumb. But what I did was one day out of nowhere, I went up into my room. I locked myself in my room. And I didn't have a beat. I didn't have anything. I just pulled my notebook out, and I just started writing how I felt, but I was like trying to rhyme the words and like turn it into a song so it didn't seem as stupid. So I just started writing, no beat, just full a cappella, the words in my head, whatever I was feeling or thinking of. And I wrote that first song. And I remember like, I don't remember the words to it anymore because it was so long ago. But I remember like rereading it and just being like, damn, this is hard.
Yeah.
Maybe I
Oh,
should
no.
do this. And then from that point on, like I was writing. I was always in my room writing. And then when that had happened, like a month or so after that happened, I had moved. And where I moved, I was already living in the hood. So we moved to like an even worse spot in the hood.
Oh.
And I was getting into bad shit, doing bad things, just being a dumb teenager surrounded by the wrong people and shit.
Right.
But like those people became like my best friends, and because of them, like when I really started taking it more serious or wanted to take it more serious, I remember I went outside on my front porch with my notebook and I was sitting there writing in my notebook, and my neighbor came up to me. And I was like the only white person where I live.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my neighbor comes outside and he's like, "The fuck you doing? Why are you writing in your notebook?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm just writing a song, bro." And he was like, "What you mean? You rapping?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, you can't rap. You're white." And I was like,
Mad.
I was like, I
That
mean,
is
all
insane.
right. But that became like one of my closest friends. So
Oh,
like
okay.
I showed him what I had. It wasn't that good, but I showed him what I had. And then him and I met some other people through the neighborhood,
Of course, bro.
and we became all close friends. And my friend Jamarian, he uh he uh he used to come to my house every single day and record with me. We would play a beat off of his phone, and I would have my camera recording on my phone. And he had an iPhone, so we used his phone to play the beat, and I had a shitty Android like Obama phone,
Hey, man,
and
I
I
still
would
got a
just
shitty Android. You're good.
and I put the phones next to each other, and one played the beat, my phone would record, and we would have to freestyle. I'm not that good at freestyling. I've
Mm.
never been that good at freestyling, but we would have to be like standing up, hunched over the table, rapping into my phone with the camera pointing at the table
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it doesn't see anything. It's just like a black screen recording. Be hunched over, just freestyling into the phone, and then I would turn it in. I would put a little cover on it and shit. It was so shitty. It was so bad, but we thought we were the shit, dude. Like everyone knew who we were over there. Like every time I'd walk outside, people I didn't know knew me because
That's
of like
hype.
it was cool, bro. It was like being hood famous. Like I walked outside. We made a song called "Gang,"
Okay.
and we record. There was an abandoned school at the end of my street, so we
Damn.
recorded it at this abandoned school on the front porch steps. And
Hey, that's
I
tough, man. I can't
remember,
even lie.
I think the first thing I said was, "Hey, fucking eyebrows on fleek," and like first thing of the song, it was so bad,
That's such a
but
like a 2016 bar, bro.
it literally was like 2016, 2017 when I said that, and but I posted it, and like after I posted it, I'd be walking down the street and someone would be like, "Hey,
They
fuck your
say that back.
eyebrows on fleek." Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
tough,
"Oh,"
bro.
That's
I'm like,
insane,
"Oh,
bro.
that's crazy."
But
But
think
yeah,
about it though, like that's your legacy at the end of the day. And I mean, at that point, it must have felt cool, right? At that, like, because obviously people are recognizing you off the street, off the dome. They're just like, "Yo, that's his lyric, that's his bomb." I throw it right back at him, and
yeah,
that's a different feeling, man. Like when you're out there and you see someone they know you, and they just like throw your shit at you, and then you're just like, "Damn." But
it's
it's
crazy. It's a
crazy,
crazy
bro.
feeling.
It is insane. Yeah.
You ever had anything like that, bro?
Me?
Yeah, any like
Uh,
recognition, like if, like anyone come up to you and be
like
like, "Yo, I know I've seen your
I've
shit
had
before."
like recognition,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like there was a one time where like a kid just like spud me, but then I was a bit confused. I'm like, okay, I
like a
didn't do anything.
child, bro.
I was, and then he just walked away, and then he just never asked me. I was like, okay, well, I gotta walk back home still. So, yeah,
I hike you. That is
outside of that,
even I'd be confused if it was like a child coming up to me
Yeah,
like, "Hey, listen, man, look at your age real quick, yeah." You
I was like,
listening to my shit at your age, bro. That's crazy. But
I was
nah,
like,
hey, listen, man.
yeah,
Any
I was
fans are good
like, wait,
fans.
hold on.
Nah, it's always cool, man. Like even I'm not in the music world. I come from the esports world. But anytime that we get some form of recognition, it's cool as hell, man. Like people come up to you,
Yeah,
it's like it means you're doing something right, clearly, right? And if you're still
definitely.
feeling
Yeah.
some sort of fame anywhere, right? Could be again, as you said, hood famous. You could be like area famous, shit. I don't know. But at the end of the day, like it's always nice. Like it feels euphoric in a sense,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's
Uh,
very surreal, you know. It's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. It's the best way to
you
put it.
never you never think that it's gonna happen, and then it happens, and you're just kind of like,
Like me?
what the fuck just happened?
Like
Whoa, that
Yeah,
was
it's like
weird.
I don't know anybody.
But yeah,
You know
it'd be
me?
cool.
yeah, like
Like
me?
everybody
Like
knew
what?
us, you know. Like we were like the youngest people out there in the
Yeah, yeah,
streets,
yeah.
and like
Yeah.
everyone knew us because we were talking crazy on these songs, man. Like there's a lot of gang violence over there,
Yeah,
and there was like this main gang. It was called FOE,
got
and
you.
that's like where my hood is. That's like I lived in the hills, so the hills gang is FOE, and the rivals gang is YVB. So like we were so young, but we all wanted to be a part of FOE.
Hmm.
But like we were young, we didn't know any better. You're wrong around the wrong people,
Yeah.
wrong influence and shit. But like it was like we were always like asking like, yo, let us join, let us get in. They would never let us in, you know. So eventually my friend who he passed away I think
Yeah.
last year, he he made
Oh, pretty
like
much.
our group name, and we came up with GIG. It was so stupid, bro. He made it. I remember he just came to my house. He's like, I got it. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I made our own gang. It's called GIG. And I'm like, what? And he's like, get it going. Gotta get it going. And I'm like, that's kind of cool
I
though,
like
I
that though.
guess.
I like that. GIG go kind of hard.
Yeah.
It does go kind of
Yeah,
hard. Yeah.
yeah. We had
I
our
don't know.
own
Whenever I heard,
thing, bro.
oh,
Okay.
oh,
Yeah.
That
Okay.
oh,
was
well,
Okay. I
fucking.
oh,
I'll
see. I
never.
see.
I'll never forget that shit, bro.
That's tough.
And so that was like our thing. So like, it wasn't really like a gang. It was more so just like our group
Group.
thing.
Yeah. 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 I feel
family,
that.
like a
But
brotherhood,
we
more like
were,
yeah.
man, we were dissing people on the rival side. We were like,
Mm.
my garage was like the hangout spot. So like, we would go into this ghetto ass dirt floor garage with fucking Christmas lights hanging up. I stole a poker table from two doors down and I put it in the garage. Like we were doing bad shit in there, dude.
No
And like
way.
we would just be standing around. We would be dissing people from the rival side, and then we record it, we drop it, and then like 2 days later, the people in FOE are like, "Hey, bro, you gotta stay out of this shit, bro." Good. I'm like, bro, I don't care. I don't
Yeah.
care. Like that's
Yeah,
just
just
how it is
wilding
over
out.
there, you know. Like that's just life over there, and it's crazy to think about that now. Like some of the shit that I was saying, that we were saying, like could have gotten us killed, you know. So I'm glad that I eventually, over the years, I got away from that. But it's a crazy feeling when people like no, even like in the area know who you are, just be walking
Yeah. Yeah.
around
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just say something.
Man, you know what I find crazy about is obviously you're probably the most unique guest that we have had on this show because it's your background is very different to everyone that we've had. Again, everyone that we've had on the show are creatives, and they've all had the same sort of we got into this, we got into that through very different means. Obviously, you came from a background that was a lot more, I guess, a lot more violent in a sense that obviously there were gangs around and whatnot, and you do hear a lot of these sort of stories when it comes to rappers or even just musicians. But again, you call yourself an artist that come up through obviously these sort of stories and whatnot. But to think about and actually listen to your experiences firsthand, bro, I got like goosebumps thinking about like imagine if you had gone down that like that to me obviously is a bit scary. Obviously now, thank God, obviously you're doing your thing on you're doing your own thing now. Obviously, you've obviously matured and quite literally, they've you could say that FOE were kind of like there to protect you, I guess, in a sense from doing things their way, and now you're doing your own thing, and yeah, it's
Yeah,
you don't really see the reality until you hear it. I don't know. It's different for me now that I'm having this conversation with you for the first time. Like you hear the stories about it on the news, or you hear the stories about it like on social media and stuff. But now that I'm having this conversation with you, like face to face, in person, not in person, but like this kind of one to one kind of thing, it feels very it's surreal. It's very eye opening to me that it's like this is the way things go down, and these are the experiences that you had. Man, you're 22, just like me as well, so fairly young. So yeah, man, like
And
it's crazy,
I was like 14, 15, 16 doing this when this was happening.
mental, bro.
And but it's like a lot of people, you're not the first person that has told me that. You know, the best way I can explain it is like that was normal for me. Like I
Yeah,
went
of
through that
course. Yeah, yeah.
for basically my whole life, and I was around it my whole life. So like, and you know, like my dad wasn't really around when I was a kid. My mom was uh here and there, you
Yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
So like she wasn't like the best parent. I didn't have like idols to be around. My
I
idols
get that.
was the music, you know, like through the music that I listened to. Those were the people that I wanted to be like. And but like, you know, like it's it becomes a thing where it's like, you know, you just think it's normal. And plus, you know, my mom would be like, this is normal. Like everyone goes through this. So I thought everything that I went through, like everyone else goes through the same exact thing. Like
Mm,
it was hard, but I didn't think of it as like, this is hard. I'm just like, this is
this is
just
just life,
everyone.
right?
Yeah. Like this is
Yeah,
just,
Yeah.
it's normal. I don't really think about it like, dang, like this isn't like people shouldn't go through this, you know, until I moved out when I was 16 and I kind of had this like I had to take a step back and I had this realization that like I've gone through some crazy things
yeah,
and in the moment when you're going through that and you think everything's normal, it's not like a traumatic experience, you know, because that's just how life
Yeah.
is. But
yeah,
then, you know, like I had that moment of realization and all of those things that I thought were normal turned out to be like trauma. And
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
it took a couple years of therapy to like even feel better after like talking about it because you know I never really had anyone to talk to about my problems and therapy I recommend therapy to anybody
Of
like
course.
and if you can't afford therapy you gotta have a friend that you can talk to because it's the best thing just having someone that you can talk to about your problems that can just be there for you and like give you advice or be like maybe you should do this or do that like it's the best thing that you could ever have so I was lucky enough to go through therapy and it helped me out a lot in life and I think it helped me mature
Yeah,
as a person and just take life at a different perspective. You know, like when I moved out, I wanted to change who I was as a person. I wanted to become a better person, and I wanted to become the person that I never had. You know, like I
Mm.
never had people helping me out when I was struggling. Like my family wasn't around, so like to my friends, I have friends that I'll always have their back no matter what. If they're struggling, I got them no matter what. Like I'm
perfect.
always there for everybody, you know what I mean?
Let's go.
So like I never
Bro,
had that
bro.
growing up. So I try to be like that person that I never had because I know how hard it is.
Listen, like I've only spoken to you for about what 20 minutes. You have like my utmost respect, man. Like, yeah, like again, as you said before, man, mental health is no joke. We've all been through it, you know,
Yeah.
in some way, shape, or form in you know in our stories, and like again, like I said before, very surreal as to what I'm listening to right now. Again, a lot of it is I didn't think I'd be listening to obviously this kind of a story, but again, it just opens your mind up to so much more, so much possibilities, and I'm again through everything that you've gone through, bro. Like again, I've just got nothing but respect for everything that you've done. Keep it going because at the moment, like to me right now, you seem you seem a lot better than you sounded back then for sure.
Oh yeah, I was crazy back then, bro. I was doing crazy. We would not be friends. We would not be friends if you knew me when I was like 15 and 16. I was
I
doing
look, he would
bad
have feel like
shit,
me and
bro.
him would have low key beefed if there
I
was
Oh, is it?
I
yeah.
probably I
Oh,
I feel
probably would
damn.
have
like it
robbed
would
y'all,
have been like a
bro.
little bit of a a little bit maybe I don't know back then.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
I'd be
probably
like that.
y'all probably would have had your houses broken into. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough,
If you
bro.
And
knew
then
me
I'd
Fair
have
back
enough.
been
then.
Hey, listen, I'm happy we met now, then, brother. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So obviously
Yeah.
now, Cubic, you're not here for any old reason, bro. Talk to me about how the two of you met, because he messaged me about you, and obviously I looked through it. I was like,
yeah.
you know what? I'm down to interview you. I'm down to talk to you. Talk to me about how the both of you met. I think that's pretty interesting story to go through.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't. I kind of love how the internet works, but so I'm just casually just sending out my fair share of sort of like this script that I have for sending
Mm.
out DMs and emails for group, just collaborating or even doing business with artists. And Issa just came to me, so I pretty much heard what track did I hear? But this, I think I have to actually search it up. But it was one of Issa's tracks that I heard. I was like, he's got his email there. He's already got a track. Let me just send it out. And then he then replied. I then got his Instagram. It was Instagram or Discord. I think it was Instagram. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it was Discord because
Was
we
it
called through
Discord? It was
Yeah,
Discord. Yeah.
we called through
Our first
Discord
call was
before we got
Discord, right?
Instagram.
Oh yeah, and then I pretty much just did my fair share. I think showed him a couple beats and then called it pretty much there. And then a few weeks might have gone by, and then I've kind of decided for this like big album that I'm working on, which is
Yeah,
just me
yeah,
mainly focusing on productions only. So
yeah.
then I was like, okay, well, I need some artists for this, right? And I was like, well, hold up, Issa. I know Issa's been doing well, and I've got this sort of like very hardcore trap mixed, sort of like very hardcore trap beat that I can
I
feel
hear
like
it.
he will easily just murder it, like
Yeah,
murder it,
yeah,
which he
yeah,
did at the end of the day. He did.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I call that
We
track.
were working on it right before this. We
We
were
were lit.
working on
Yeah,
it.
That's
Yeah,
tough.
we were
it's
That's
working on it.
crazy.
We were
tough.
just clicking on it. Yeah,
That's tough. All right. Okay.
yeah. So a sneak peek. Yeah, he's in like two projects of that album so far. Yeah, he's on another one right
Hey
now. I
man, I
just
saw I saw the tweet you
kind
put
of
out,
got
bro.
him.
Call it. I voted for Ethereal. I think that sounded probably the sickest.
Ethereal.
That's just my
I've
vote,
been
bro.
I've been I've been leaning towards trance lately. I don't know.
Oh,
Trance been
it's
hitting me.
good. It's good, bro. There's so many good names up there. But for me, Ethereal just kind of
Those
hits
four
home.
names, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Some
don't know.
good
I'm
I
not
ones.
still
gonna
need to
lie.
choose
I
one.
read the list and I was like, I don't even know how to say that, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that word. That's a little tongue twister.
Yeah, it's a bit different, isn't it? I mean, I suppose it is a bit unique.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's one of
yeah,
the
yeah.
reasons why I didn't choose Ethereal as much because I was like, not everybody can say it properly.
That's
I was
true.
like,
That is
I
true.
don't want an album that people can't pronounce. So that's
I
why.
was like, ethereal. What the hell is ethereal?
I guess, yeah.
And then I was like,
Eth-
ether, things that happens in the ether.
yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, it's sick. But yeah, you're right. Again, that's that whole thing of people around the world not knowing how to say the right thing at the right time, or not the right thing, but the right thing with pronunciation, bro. English is hard. It's like 2 in the morning since we've been recording this. But
Yeah.
other than that,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
I do have one question for you. So, how did the name Issa came about?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to ask that time. Yeah, actually, good catch, good catch. How did it come about,
Alright.
bro? That's a good catch.
All right, this is a little different of a story, you know. Like my friends didn't give me. I mean, I guess my friends could technically gave me the name, but so when I was in high school, I had a like an in school therapist, and I used to skip class for like third period, my health class. I used to skip health class and just go to my therapist office and
Yeah.
just like bullshit with him, not even like talk about problems or nothing, just sit there and eat my lunch and talk to him. And I went home one day and I was like, I want to change my artist name. It used to be, I've had a couple different ones. It used to be Bear, and then T Grizzly got famous, and I'm like, damn.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
then I changed it, to Grizz, and I'm like, I can't do that either. Like it just
Yeah.
didn't sound right. Like no one calls me that. Like no one is just gonna walk up to me and be like, "Hey Bear, hey Grizz." Like that's so
Yeah.
corny.
Yeah.
So it's just like in the moment kind of thing. But I went home and I sat down and I didn't know what to make it, and I just wrote down my real name. My first name is Isaac, so
Okay.
I
Okay.
wrote down ISA, and I was like, I'll just go by Izza, and like I made the S a little money sign or something fucking stupid like that. I went to school the next day, and I told my therapist, his name was Mr. Lee. I told him, I said, Lee, don't call me Isaac no more. Call me Izza. And he was like, okay. Next day, I go into his office again. As like the session's closing and I'm going to leave for my next period, got out of the chair, turned around, I took like 3 steps, and he said, "Oh wait, what did you want me to call you again, Issa?" And I swear on my life, I turned around and I just dogged him. Like, I just dogged him. I was like, don't you ever fucking call me that shit again. That's fucking stupid. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I was just making fun of him, right? And laughing
Damn.
about it. And then, a couple of days go by. There was this other kid in high school I went with. He had the same name as me. His name was also Isaac. We
Got you.
went down
Yeah,
to
yeah,
we went down to this park right down the street from the school. We were hanging out, and there was some like some kids there, like a couple years younger than us, and they're playing football and shit. And I was like trying out for the football team at the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, let me run some routes. So I had the other Isaac guarding me, and I crossed him up so bad. He like slipped and fell in a big ass puddle of mud. He was covered in mud. Dude, it was crazy. It was like 20 kids there. It was like, ah, it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
Hmm.
Anyways, blah blah blah. That's not important at all. But anyways,
yeah.
um, the kid's name was Jason. He's like one of my closest friends right now, or since I met him. And he was like, "Can I get you guys' number?
Mm,
I want to hang out with you guys more. You guys are cool."
that's
So I'm
cool.
like, "Yeah, but like both of our names are Isaac, so I don't know." And I was like, "You know what? Put his name as Isaac and put my name in your contacts as Issa." And then from that point on, bro, I swear to God, he everyone started calling me Issa. He started calling me Issa. I met other people. I used to record people. When I introduced myself, I tell them my name was Issa. And like people would ask me, like the people I would record, and they'd be like, just me and them, 101, and they'd be like, "Hey bro, I got a question.
Mm,
Is your real name Issa?" And I would just start laughing because I'm like, I can't believe these people really thought my real name was
what was he
Issa.
say? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like, yeah, and then people would get defensive. Like I had my cousin over one time, and I had people recording while she was there, and she called me my real name, and they all looked at her like, "Don't you ever fucking call him that again? That's not his name. His name is Issa. Don't you ever call him that?" And I was just like, "Damn, I guess." So it just stuck. It just kind of stuck from that point on.
Yeah. Okay.
All my friends call me Issa. The people that I introduce myself to, I tell them my name is Issa, but
Yeah, so it just kind of came
yeah.
around by the looks of things, right? I mean, that's
Yeah,
it always happens. Yeah.
all because my therapist mispronounced it and I dogged him for it, and little does he know it stuck. It stuck with me.
It's always the
Nah,
best
I'm not
thing.
gonna lie. When you told me about your name history and stuff, and how other people had pronounced your name, oh my god,
Oh
bro.
my god, bro. No one can say my name right. Like it's spelled ESA. I feel like that's like very simple
How do
Issa.
people? How do people? How else would you say? Do people say
Essa.
like Essa?
SA. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
but someone said essay. I was like, nah,
Essay,
no way.
SA.
bro.
I
No.
swear to God, bro, it drives me up a wall, bro. I'm
Nah, man. Essay
like,
is mental,
dude,
bro.
like written down, people can't say it right. It's insane. I can't believe it sometimes, but most of the time, it's always Essa, and that just drives me crazy. I can't stand it.
I don't know how you mess that up though. I
It's
know. I
like your
like. I
name,
looked at the spelling. Yeah.
like your name's Red, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
imagine if I called you Blue, like,
It's
be like,
happened
oh, what's
before.
up, Blue?
Oh,
Like, bro, that
green.
would drive me
Oh,
crazy.
green. Aye, listen. Someone called me green, bro. I'd lose it, bro. Nah, I've had blue a couple times, but obviously I know it's intentional. But no, I mean, look, man. Like, it's interesting that I think when it comes to names, a lot of things happen just randomly when it comes to coming up with a sort of online persona name, I guess, in a sense. When with even with our tags, right? Like I know for me it took me a couple good like iterations to finally find mine. Now obviously my gamer name in the gamer world is Asura. But a lot of times like I would sit down and think about, damn, I need to come up with a new name. This one's corny as hell. This one sounded cool to me when I was like 16, right? And I mean, you never know. Like these unexpected things happen. So I mean, it's kind of cool to hear. The most unexpected things tend to stick. And I mean, clearly it stuck. You have people now going like, "Hey, listen, man, this is your name now." You,
Yeah.
humans
Yeah,
are
and I
That
mad,
like
is
it.
bro.
insane to me.
I
Like,
think that like Issa just like
Hey,
it
sounds
got
nice,
like
man.
it has like a catch to it. I feel like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and
yeah.
it just
You know
kind of
it's
like
unique,
rolls off the
bro.
tongue.
It's unique, bro.
And as I mentioned to you before, in Islam, we technically call Jesus Christ Isa. So it's
That's
kind of
true.
like,
That is
yeah.
true.
So I guess I'm God in the rap game, boys. It's a rap. I'm going on top one day.
That's the goal, bro. That's the goal.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's what's up. Yeah. We about
That's
to turn
good.
up together.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. But yeah, man. Like, obviously, networking is always key. You guys were talking about networking earlier. I know, obviously, you was talking about the internet working in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
You know, um, as artists, you have obviously different ways to put yourself out there. Like, what
Mhm.
is it? that you do to market yourselves? Obviously, this question goes out to both of you. Either one of you are happy to answer. Like, what do you find is the most like? If say somebody's watching this, they're trying to be an aspiring artist. Both of you put out stuff. What is the advice that you'd give to them to try and put their stuff out and like basically network a little bit more?
All right, so I mean, I pretty much start, I guess. So as any on artist, but this is what I personally do. But sometimes I even change it up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Recently I've been actually recording some content within like the sort of songs that I have. Like I'll even make like mini skits. Like one thing that really helped with me a lot is every album I always have a trailer that I create for the album, which then
That's
announces the date
true.
for the album.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I've
you're
done
right.
two of those trailers, and they're kind of like skits and kind of showing like an acting side of me a little bit. And it pretty much just goes from there. That's like one of the big ones to pretty much do for albums and EPs. Because I already like designed the artwork and I do the animation for it as well, I kind of use that in a way to just push like a demo version of it
Hmm.
to then hype that out. Another thing that I've lately been doing as well is like I would just have the phone be recording me, have the song be playing in the background, and I just kind of like show it as a snippet. Like it could be months before the song comes out, it could be even a week before the song comes out.
Right, got you.
So as much as you got it out, and then just pretty much have it structured and have everything scheduled out throughout your socials. You would be surprised how Instagram and Snapchat stories work, bro. They are golden,
Oh yeah.
especially with the public one for SoundCloud. Yeah, I mean not Snapchat. They're golden, bro. You'll be reaching some people who who usually don't just be scrolling; they just be like just swiping through the stories and stuff. And some of them will be just like, "Oh, new music, cool, let's check it out." And no, and links are always there, so you can just put it out there. And then any other ways that I do it is like the same way that I'm trying to network with people
Mm.
because I'm kind of like listening to the person's song and I'm like, yo, this song is good, bro, from this artist. And then I have my own links in there. So it's kind of like a self promo, but I'm still showing gratitude to that person's work at the
Got
same
you. I
time.
feel that. I
So
know.
that's with like an email. Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of the time, and I see it on your Twitter specifically for you, is that you put out a lot of your own services to other people. I know you've been promoting your services to other people as well. Like, obviously,
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
would you say that that's also like contributed to your success in any way of like sort of
It pretty much has
networking with
because
others?
networking wise it helped a lot because I even recently past like few months I even started getting into the DM side of things
Oh,
and just
sick. Okay.
building that rapport with that artist as well is just even sick as well. Next thing you know, but like I don't even know the guy, never seen the guy, never
Yeah,
heard the
yeah,
voice
yeah, of
besides
course,
like his
bro. Of
music,
course.
and then we're like speaking about like what our favorite song is, what our favorite style is, and then we go deep into like our story of how we got into music, and I'm like, damn, we just met 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Ah,
Yeah,
it's
it's very
interesting, man.
interesting. Yeah.
What about you, man?
Um, my promoting, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really not that good at promoting my songs, but I've been trying to get better, like so I have my own professional music page on Facebook. My Twitter account is for like music shit that I post. I have my own like music account on Instagram. So like I post it through there, through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Um I used to post on Snapchat, but I don't really use Snapchat that much anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I probably should, but it's always like one that I always forget about Snapchat. But and like I'll send the link through like people in my DMs and be like share this, share
Mm.
this. But I've been trying to I've been like experimenting with my drops. Like I'll have some drops that I'll drop a song unannounced, just drop a song, and it'll do really good. And then I'll drop like two more songs like back to back. Like I have recorded a song called Wicked. It's on YouTube and Spotify. And 10 hours later, I recorded that later that night, I wrote lyrics and I recorded another song. And then the next morning, I dropped it on YouTube. So less in 10 hours, I dropped another song, made it, recorded everything. And then I think 12 hours after that, I dropped a third song with a
Mm.
feature on it. And like, it really is all about marketing, like promoting and stuff because most of the time if you just drop a song and just here and there without announcing it, like you're not really gonna do that well with it. So I've been trying to like make these songs and like put an announcement like a week before, a couple days before it drops throughout my social medias and stuff. And most of the time it does better. You know, obviously I'm nobody that's huge yet. I have like 190 subscribers on YouTube, but I be pulling views like that I'm happy with for the amount of subscribers and stuff that I have.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I try my hardest not to get super involved in the statistics of it because I'm like I'm a perfectionist when it comes to making music, like my music. Like I feel like I deserve so much more recognition that I get than I actually get. And it like sometimes I'll make a really good song that I really like that I think is just the bars are there, the flow is there. Like it couldn't be any more better. It's catchy, it's everything you could have in a song, it has in a song. And like it'll do like really shitty and I just like it makes me so mad because I'm like, dude, if I had like 10,000 subscribers, this I would go viral. Like this song would go viral.
Yeah.
And I have songs that I have in the vault still that I've recorded. Like I have this one song, it's unreleased. I've had it in my files since like December of last year. And it's like the best song that I have and I'm so afraid to drop it because I don't want to disappoint myself if it doesn't get the amount of views that I think it deserves. So like I'm like, man, like this one just might stay in the vault forever, but it's so good. Like I want to drop it, but I want it to get good views and good, like promotion on it.
You know
So
what my recommendation for you is? I say keep building your brand on it. Keep gaining that sort of fan base up to the point where you have like a very solid community, right? To the point that when you would then end up dropping that song in the vault, it would get a lot more love and appreciate than you can even think about or even
Oh,
imagine.
yeah.
That's the
Obviously,
kind of like
yeah,
lens that I see
yeah,
about that
like
one.
tease
and
it a ton, right?
and that was another thing I was gonna say is you have to build up a fan base to get the kind of views and statistics that you want to see is you have to build up your fan base and it is very hard to do that. So like what I've been doing, I just started doing this and it's like actually helping so much. It sounds so corny, but
Mm.
I go on Kick and the live streaming thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I go on Kick and I go into the music production streams and I just pop into random streams if I like what they're making. Because most of the time it's all like production, the people making beats, recording songs and whatever. So I'll hop in and most of the time if you're like, hey, do you do music feedback or reacts? They're like, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I'll give you feedback. I'll react. So I just go in there and I post my link into the live stream chats and they'll play it. And even though it doesn't have like hundreds and hundreds of viewers in the stream, like anywhere from like 12 to like 30 viewers, if they play my song, I know that like pretty much like 90% of the people I've showed my song to on Kick, they all are like, this is crazy. Like, this is hard. And everyone likes it. So then I gain new followers, build a fan base a little bit. People start to check me out more. People, you know, keep in
Yeah, that's an
touch with what I'm
interesting
doing.
system. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's helping me the most right now is hopping in and out of different live streams, just kind of like doing a little self promo to
Yeah.
build up more active people in my community.
Okay. That's cool.
Yes, I remember I used to use that system for finding like art and video editing clients, and it kind of worked for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's a cool
Uh,
idea, and the Kick community is like it has such a high potential. It's in my opinion, it's so much better than Twitch. Like
oh yeah, it is.
everybody on Kick is like really chill, really cool. Like everyone that I've met at least are all like really cool people. And I've actually gotten a few collabs through the streams doing that stuff. Like I've met a couple different artists. Like last night, my homie streams. He makes beats. He's in the music production, and he was doing feedback. And while he was doing feedback, uh, I was like, yo, I need to work with some of y'all. So now I'm working, or I might be working with like two different artists. One of the artists, he's Danish, but he raps in Danish and
Mm.
English.
Oh,
And
that's
it's the
sick. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
craziest
that's
thing
sick.
I've ever heard in my life. But it's so hard. Like I like half of the stuff I don't know what he's saying, but then he'll rap in English, and it's just like you know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah, yeah.
crazy. So it's
Like you
like
can
kind of like
follow
a
him.
back and forth thing in the song, and it's super cool, super talented.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that really just like popped a big inspiration in my head to be like, once I really like perfect the English route of my rapping, because I'm bilingual and I speak Farsi as well. So I'm thinking I need to start tapping into that Farsi category, bring my Iranians over as well. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Like I think rapping in
Those
another
lines.
language is tough. Like it sounds
Yeah.
good. It looks like I've obviously listened to a bunch of like French music here and there as well as like other types of music, and just listening to it sounds it's different, but it's like it's really nice. You know, it's like a nice twist.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like
So
a new fresh of water you
of
drink.
course, bro, of course. Like, yeah, it's sick. It's sick. So obviously, again, just networking is obviously always a big thing. I know for me specifically, it's very different. Again, we all come from well, I say this we all, but obviously me and you guys come from very different worlds and very different backgrounds. And for me, obviously, it's like we have to make content consistently to just try and be on top of a lot of what we do. But I feel that obviously, you know, when you have a product and you try to push it as much as you possibly can, you obviously have to try and be behind it, consistently putting stuff out for it and whatnot. And I think that has kind of helped me out a little bit as well when it comes to certain things. Again, I was talking about this earlier on with some friends, and we were talking about the podcast and how the marketing for it isn't great because a lot of the time the guys that I record with, our schedules don't line up all that well, but we want to continuously keep pushing it out consistently and just keep on bringing it. But I think obviously, you never really get there until you take that first step, and then you
yeah,
slowly and gradually kind of just take it and you run with it essentially. Um, I have a don't know if you know, but I have a tournament series that I run, a charity tournament series that I've been doing over the last year and a bit. We're now at a point where we've hit about what 700, I guess, pounds or dollars overall that we've raised for charity in total over the last year. We're almost at that 1,000 mark. I reckon we hit in the next two tournaments, but even from that sort of standpoint, it's like I've taken this product, I've put it out on the internet, and even if it doesn't do the numbers that I'm not really expecting or I don't want it to do, then I'll just keep pushing it. Really. So even I mean, yeah, as you know, you have a song in the vault. I mean, it's always best to kind of just take that step, that leap of faith, I guess. Either way. Because you never know, like the product that you have now, if you don't take a chance on it, you might not come up with something better in the future, and I think that's always really exciting. Because even if it doesn't go well, you go, all right, well, now what? But I get what you mean. Like being a perfectionist is always kind of like stuck in someone's head. I mean, for me as well, like
yeah.
I
It,
always
like it
want
gets
something to
in
go
the
right,
way, like it
Yeah,
gets in the way
it's that
sometimes.
imposter
And
syndrome.
yeah,
Yeah. What pretty much helped me to pretty much combat that perfectionist is like just knowing that like God didn't make us perfect. Like, are we
Absolutely,
angels?
no,
Like,
no, no,
God
no.
expects us to have us like our shortcomings and sins, right?
Of
So when I
course,
really like started putting that together, and I'm like, wait, hold on. So that means, you know, there's that whole sort of perfectionist. It's just kind of like I kind of like killed that perfectionist side of me that I
yeah.
kind of had a few years ago too. So
Yeah, I mean, that
yeah,
perfectionist side is always, I don't know, for me still it's there. Like, it's a bad habit that I have, but if I don't get, like, selected for something, I'll always beat myself up, which is a really bad thing to do. But obviously now knowing that, you know, you're not perfect, but taking that sort of chance on yourself is always, it's an exciting thing, but it's also a very scary thing to do. So, I mean,
mhm.
just keep at it, man. Like, eventually one day, those risks that we take may not always work out for us, but they produce something at the end of the day, man. Even small numbers work out to be bigger ones. We got time. We got time. This is the best way to put that. We got time. We're young, you know. We're learning.
yeah,
We still got time.
Yeah. I
But
mean, I gotta tell you guys, man, our prime years haven't even peaked yet. For me, it's like another
yeah,
11 years, and I'm pushing like close to 25 by 2025, pretty much.
damn,
I know. I'm
damn,
old. Oh,
damn.
I'm old. Yo, you
There you
remember
go,
you
bro.
see Nathan's 25? Now, like, we're pushing 25 nearly too.
There you go, bro. There you go. I mean, most of my friends are about what 25, 26. Some of them are 24. So I mean, you know, I hear it, man. It's all good. But yeah, like I said, again, peak time is we've got time until we get there, man. Like we got lots to learn. It's just if we grind and keep going, sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
for real.
Sky's always the limit. But yeah, I mean, look, I don't have any crazy questions I don't think. Oh, what can we expect from you in the future? You got anything that's like coming up that's exciting? I know you mentioned you've got a couple things coming here and there. You sort of hinted at it, but go ahead, use this for promotion, man. You got anything exciting coming up very soon, or?
I have been obviously I've been working like nonstop with the music. I try to record as much as I can, and pretty much it's every day. Um, I have a couple of songs that I'm working on getting mixed right now. I'm
Oh,
working on it. I'm working on an EP right now with a
Hype,
oh,
producer.
hype. Okay, all right.
I have the first track is finished. I'm waiting for him to send me some demo versions of the
mm.
first track. First track is crazy. It's a diss track. It's the hardest. I'm talking crazy. Like if you listen to it, I'm talking crazy. I can show you it after this is all over.
Yeah, I'm down, bro.
It is. I'm talking reckless, bro. Um, and the second track I'm still working on. I'm thinking of different ideas with it. My my friend that passed away a year ago or a year or two ago, I have some old songs with him, but the quality is really bad because it was recording on a phone.
Yeah.
So I was
Mm.
asking the producer if he can pull his vocal stems from the song that I have with him on it and you like try to make his vocals sound a little better and like give him his own part in the second song for the EP.
Oh, that's
So like
awesome.
I'll have the first part and then he'll have like the hook and then a second verse. So like I think that's a really cool idea.
That's awesome, bro.
I don't know if that's how it's gonna end up, but I want to do that eventually. I just don't know if it's gonna be on that song. Um I have a couple of songs that I want to release. I'm just working on getting them mixed and mastered the rest of the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm working with a couple different producers. Cubic is one of them. I just finished a track for the album a couple days ago. I think
Yeah, that
three
was
days ago.
3 days ago. Yeah, you did that on my stream. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Sick.
I wrote the whole first verse and the hook, and then I hopped into his stream and he asked me about it, and I'm like, I'm about to write the second verse right now. I had nothing written for the second verse, and I wrote the second verse in like 20 minutes and recorded it and sent it to him on stream.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. There's some
Uh,
Easter eggs in that second verse. I'm gonna just say
I
that.
write fast, bro. Like I'm telling you, like when I start writing, like
something tells me that your style is quick. I could just
I'm
tell.
so
I could
fast.
just tell. Yeah.
I don't know if you listen to any of my songs, but my song Wicked is I wrote that song. I got the beat, I listened to it, and I wrote that song in like 15 minutes. And then the next day I recorded it, and then
Yeah.
a couple days later the song that I'm talking about that's been in the vault since like December, someone I hadn't talked to that I had a fall off with hit me up. I accidentally texted him thinking he was somebody else. And he was like, if this is the real Issa, he will freestyle and send the freestyle over this beat and send it back. And he sent it to me, and I was like, damn, this is so good. I wrote the hook and the first verse um in like probably like 10 minutes, and then
Damn.
the next morning I woke up, I wrote the second verse, and then couple days later I went over to my brother's house cuz he has a better mic than me.
Okay. Yeah.
I recorded Wicked and the other song that's unreleased at the and in like 30 minutes. So it took me 15 minutes to record Wicked, and then it took me 15 minutes to record the other one.
Damn, I respect that. I mean, have you never like had any both of you again because you're both artists. Whenever you
Yeah.
like record a song, do you ever like do it the first time, or is it like have you ever had like hiccups when it comes to like, or
Um,
does it? Because obviously for you it's quick, right? So obviously you must be feeling a lot confident when you're on the mic.
oh yeah, I'm it's weird because in person, I'm kind of like I have bad like social anxiety sometimes
I
being
feel it.
in public places. I don't like I like wearing like flashy clothes and shit, but I don't like when I feel like I'm being looked at. So it's
Mm,
kind of like my fashion taste is kind of like, fucking me because I'm like I like to look good, I like to stand out, but at the
yeah,
same
man. Of
time,
course.
I don't like when I have like people looking at me in public. It just feels weird, and it's like I don't feel like I fit in sometimes because of the way that I dress or look. But I don't know what the fuck you asked, bro. I just completely forgot.
Hey, you're good, bro.
Yeah.
You're good. I was like, when it
So,
comes to obviously you guys being artists, I was gonna say, doing a song. Obviously, no one does it on the first take unless like
Oh,
you can. But
yeah.
like when it comes to doing it, how many takes does it normally take you guys? I mean, come on, like surely
Um,
there's like loads of revisions, or is
yeah,
it just a straight take?
sometimes like the song Wicked, I think I did the first verse in one take, the hook in one take, and the second verse I actually didn't have enough written for the second verse, so I had to sit down and finish like 4 lines to end the second verse. But I think I recorded the second verse maybe 3 times before I decided to stick with it. But I try to do multiple takes, even if I think it's like the one. Um, but sometimes, sometimes you're just in the zone
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
and like
yeah.
what you do and in a take just is like it sounds fine. It sounds good. It's everything's on beat. Um but and another thing is I do all of it and not all of it. Like I do the hook in one take and I do the verse in one big take. So I don't like chop it up into different sections. I don't like
Like
doing that.
doing like two
It's
bars, 4 bars, punching in.
yeah, it's
I don't do
super
that either.
annoying.
It is
I hate
annoying.
it so much. I'd rather just sit there and like get in my zone because I think it sounds way much better when you can just like say everything you want to say in one go. And also it helps you in the long run because if you ever do a show, you can't just like stop mid verse
yeah.
and then like go back into
Yeah.
it and like
Yeah, it's awkward,
so
especially live. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, so
especially when I've done
and at
open
the
mics,
uh,
it was pretty much like that. Yeah.
but
Well, my bad, my bad.
I the songs I've been doing lately for producers and stuff that I'm working with, I have been doing multiple different takes and trying to take my time with it. Cause every now and again you'll be standing up and you're like it's going really good, and then like you'll like stutter over a word or
Yeah,
like you'll like slur on
yeah,
accident or like
yeah,
trip or like I try to have a lot of tongue twisters in some of my songs. So sometimes I'll like get to that part and it's just like it doesn't come out how I want to say. And like it's funny, I'll listen back to some of the mess ups I have before I
Oh,
delete it and I'll just be like going in so hard, so confident, and then I stutter and I literally you could just hear me stop mid stutter, 5 seconds go by, I'm just like
yeah.
like I get so mad
oh,
sometimes, that's that perfectionist side. Like I get so mad
feel that.
sometimes, so I have to take breaks. I have to redo it a bunch of times, but I try to do most of it in like one go, and then if I don't do it in one go, I delete it and do it again and do it again and do it
Mm.
again until I get the right take.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, well, so for me, honestly, as I said, I told you guys I kind of just freestyle on that beat at first. So I kind of just even mumble upon the beat, come up with the words. So then most of the stuff, like I don't have that sort of hiccup as much as like wanting to sit there and write and record the way that Issa does. Because I make sure I have everything like written, and I know that this is what I'm going to the studio to record for.
Okay, got you.
And then of course there's times where like I'm like going out there to like let's say like I've only practiced to maybe do 4 songs, but then all of a sudden I was like, wait, there's a window for 5 songs. So then I throw in a fifth song and then I haven't practiced that fifth song is that much to go to the studio. So then now I'm messing up doing recording. That what made me is maybe re-record a
Uh,
few times a lot. And even the same way that Issa said it, the sort of stutter, or even just me like not pronouncing a certain S's or vowels, or even just maybe hitting a note, then my like vocal cords start giving up on me or something, and then I'm like, okay, wait, hold on, we gotta give it a minute, rest my vocal cords, and then I can go ahead and hit that like
You know what the
mid low
worst
note that I
is?
have to switch
The
out. Yeah,
the worst thing that happens, in my opinion, that's the most annoying thing. I'm gonna say this right now. Do not eat food before you record. It is the worst
it
idea
is the worst.
because you'll eat food and then you're like, all right, let's record. And you'll start recording and then you literally start hiccuping through the song. And then
Yeah,
okay.
you get gassy, you'll start burping and shit. And you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, like,
and
dude,
you're just like
it's
so
so
heavy.
frustrating.
You have that
Yeah.
heavy feeling. Your chest is pretty much compassed. You just kind of like even the whole energy of the. You can even feel it for the energy as well. It's just
Yeah.
not there whenever you're
It's,
like that.
don't eat before you record. It just fucks
Honestly,
up everything.
what I would do is sometimes if I really need to go for something that makes my voice a bit deeper, I would go for just a cigarette quickly, just get my vocal cords a little bit more
Yeah,
deeper, and
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just go deep into the studio with that sort of voice, and then
Okay.
I'll just like record with that sort of voice. If I'm like maybe filling in deep vocals or deep cadences, and then like as a texture to a voice.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
I've done
well,
that too before. Like,
Yeah.
I have some darker. I use a lot of like more like trap beats, I guess, but like more like darker. I like ESTG type beats
okay.
and stuff like that. You know, it's a lot of bass, hard hitting bass, and some like piano keys, creepy piano keys and stuff. I like that eerie sound
Yeah.
a
Okay. Okay.
lot. Like, it sounds really good, and I like writing over it. But I have a song, and I didn't add like I literally got to the mic and I just like lowered my voice and made it sound more like scratchy and
Mm.
rough
Mm.
Mm.
and like recorded like that throughout like the whole song, and it fits so perfect because it's like a very eerie kind of song. And you know, I'm talking.
Yeah, most of the frequencies are probably on the low mid sides, right?
Got
Yeah,
you. Got you. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah. I could see that. Okay. Neat. Well, I mean, we are
yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, go on.
No, I was gonna say the fact that you make music too, so I don't know why you like keep overshadowing
Uh,
this. You
I,
have made
I
music too.
have, I did. I mean, like, I dabbled in like lo-fi covers here and there. I did do that. I mean, I just kind of
It's
did it
still
for
music.
fun.
It's still music.
It is still music. I did it for fun, a little bit here and there. Maybe I'll bring it back sometime. Who knows? But for
Yeah.
now, obviously, it's something that I'll learn some other time in the future. But
Cool.
there's still a lot to learn, man. Like making music's tough, bro. You respect to both of you, bro, because
Well,
it
I
is
appreciate it. Now we're
not
hoping.
not
We're
easy,
hoping.
bro. Not easy.
I think that's crazy because I love it. Like, it's so fun for me to do this. Like, I have a really fun time doing it. I feel like it really pushes the creative side out of me. And it's the only thing. Plus, when it's the only thing you ever wanted to do, like, I can actually like put all my energy into the thing that I want to do and make sure that it sounds the best way that I think it can sound.
Mm.
But a lot of people that don't like make music or write lyrics, like from the outside standpoint, it's like, what the hell are all these little dots on the screen? What
Yeah,
is
yeah,
this?
yeah.
But like
Yeah.
the way that I see it, or like Cubic can see it, is like I know what each like dot or line in FL Studio is doing. Like he'll be showing me beats, and like I just, even if it doesn't have like 808 or hi hat or sample or whatever on it, like I
Mm.
know which notes go to which sound, you know?
Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Even with me, like let's say like 5, 6 years ago, I would listen to music. I'll just be listening music to fun. Now I've been so deep to it, and I'm gonna shout out Bloody as well because he's helped me a lot throughout mix and mastering, like just putting me into that whole mix and mastering thing. Like he's been helping me improve on that range and making pretty much a lot of the mistakes that I made within my first few songs that I dropped that I can like really hear back, and I'm like, wow, how did I just see it now? But it's fun. I kind of like that character development process you see from the first song I dropped in like October 2021 till now.
Yeah,
So
of
I've kind of
course.
just kept it in there, and it's just like whatever. I fuck with that, anyways. And he helped me so much, and that to the point where like there are certain sounds and frequencies and textures and like just stuff with like pop songs or even just like songs that are classics that listened as a kid, but it was just like having fun with it. And now I listen back to it, and I'm like, it's a whole new track to me. It's
Mm.
a whole new song to me.
Of course.
I kind of like I'm hearing small little things that I've never heard for like over listening to it like 10,000 times, and like for the first time I catch this small little thing that I never did ever.
Yeah,
So
of
yeah,
course.
you get the more deep you kind of go into this creative realm, you just find yourselves in positions that you like never thought you will see yourself. Pretty
Yeah.
interesting, this genre. Yeah.
I mean, there's always something to learn. I'm sure I'll be able to reach out eventually and learn a little bit more, man. Because I love the concept of trying to make a tune or a beat, and it's nice. But obviously, I've got a lot to learn. Well, we are pretty much pressed for time. We have reached that
Yep.
fabled 1 hour mark. Guys, thanks for joining me on this episode. Isa, it's been amazing talking to you again. As I said before, possibly the most unique guest that we've had on the show because again, like just hearing the stories come out from someone like it feels more real. It's very surreal. I can like my eyes have opened to so many different things. So thank you for joining us, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Cubic,
Thank you for having me.
No,
of
thanks.
course,
Thanks
bro,
for
of course.
like
course,
Thanks
bro.
for Issa for pulling up. Thanks for having me as a co-host as well. I was
Course, bro.
yeah,
Course.
appreciate
You're
that.
always brother. You're welcome anytime back on the show.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, look, listen. Issa, go ahead. Let us all know where we can find you, where we can listen to your stuff, and on the YouTube side, obviously for our viewers that can see the video, that obviously everything will be linked in the description, and we'll try and get it done on Spotify as well. But to any
Yeah,
audio
Spotify
listeners,
video does work
it
too.
does
Like I've
work.
seen,
It has
yeah.
worked. Yeah. We'll try and get
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sorted as well. But Issa, let us know where we can find you, bro.
I'm on YouTube. My YouTube name is at the real Issa, THA real Issa. My name on Spotify is Issa. I don't have an Apple Music account yet. I'm still working on that, but most of my songs that I post go on YouTube, so you can find me there. I can send you a link. You can link it, whatever.
Hell yeah, man. Of course.
Yeah, and I'm hopefully I got a new EP coming out soon. Hopefully,
Let's
um,
go. Let's go.
in the works, but in the works, trying to get that done.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we will be there no matter what. Yo, Cubic, obviously. Well,
Yeah.
where can we find you, my guy? This is the third time, but where can we find you,
I
my
know.
boy?
Well, officialcubicbusiness.com is the website. That's pretty much you see everything of me. I'll just throw in because this I'm not gonna throw every fucking social out there, but I'll just do I'll do Twitter and Instagram for now, and then we'll relax on the rest. We'll do Twitter, which is cu6i6 wait, hold on, I said that wrong. cu6ic underscore, and then Twitter is cublc because motherfuckers take my name.
They be stealing
Anyway.
it for real, bro.
And,
I hate that so much, man. Obviously, you guys know where to find me and obviously our other co-hosts and the show. If you did enjoy this episode, be sure to like, subscribe. Go ahead, check us out on YouTube. We're also available on Spotify, Apple Music. We're trying to get some other ones done as well. We'll get to that very, very soon. But for now, that's where you can find us, and we'll see you guys very, very soon. We have a couple more IRL episodes coming out. When I can get the guys
IRL?
together, we have some IRL episodes coming out, some more guests featuring very, very soon. So be sure to stick around for that, and obviously tune in for that as well. But until then, everybody, we'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care of yourselves.
all right, take care.
Bye, bye, everyone.